there is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
It's the greatest intro in podcast history, right?
What? The Twilight Zone? Oh. Yeah, but we stole it.
No, we haven't stole anything, dude. We haven't stole anything. Okay, we're borrowing, or no, we're using.
We're recycling.
We're recycling.
Yeah.
Isn't recycling a good thing?
Environment friendly.
It's a recycle.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I don't like using. Are we users?
No.
We're borrowing. Borrowing sounds like I took something.
And you have to give it back at some point.
Am I giving this back?
No.
No, so I'm not borrowing anything.
We're just recycling.
We're recycling.
With a blue trash can.
But isn't it still air? Like recycling is something that's no longer used, and now I'm using it. This thing is still used.
Right.
So am I stealing? I'm not stealing.
No.
We're, what are we doing?
If we are borrowing, I feel like at some point we're going to have to give it back.
Yeah. Am I going to?
We'll just have to make our own.
When the podcast is massive, then they're going to flag us for copyright.
Yeah.
But I think that since we don't use the entire intro, or do we? Well, I know Twilight Zone has multiple intros. So first season, second season, third season has different intros. Oh, okay. Some are the long form version. Some are a short version. Yeah. This is my favorite one. I don't know. I think it's season 3. It's the long form.
We're back.
Yeah, yes, we are. This is the show where we suspend our beliefs on what was and what is. And we use our imagination on what is and what could be in order to transcend the matrix, hack the 3D, and exit the Truman Show. All right, so here we are. It's Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And this is our holiday special. It's going to be a Crock-Pot podcast. I'm going to throw a jambalaya. Is that it?
Yeah.
Crock-Pot or jambalaya? Jambalaya, you can't throw anything into it. You got to throw only specific things.
Same with gumbo, I think. I feel like.
Same with gumbo. So a Crock-Pot, you can throw anything. Not anything. You can't throw watermelon. You can't throw watermelon in a stew, can you?
No.
Oh, a stew? Is it a beef stew?
No.
A chicken stew?
Well, this is one of those where it's just
grab bag.
The random stuff that's kind of in the fridge for a month. It's been sitting there. It's like we have to cook.
Oh my God! Yeah. I just emptied out the fridge this morning, and man, popping those, lock and locks. Yeah. A soup that was made 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Just boom and just.
Some black mold.
It was terrible. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, I'm ready to throw
mold.
Up. Yeah.
It's so far gone. It's black mold.
Yeah. The wife knows it's my turn to do the dishes, so she puts all that up there.
What do we got today? Some Mandela effects or something?
No. We got a grab bag. That's what we call it. Okay, it's the grab bag podcast.
The claw machine.
The claw machine. Yeah, you never get anything. You push the button, and it's so rickety. Yeah. And the talons, or the arms, they're just all they're so loosey goosey.
That's kind of what we're doing today.
Yeah. That's kind of what we're doing today. It's a holiday special.
Yeah, let's just call it that.
It's the holiday. What was the game? What was the game called?
What game?
The game you just said.
The claw machine?
Yeah, the claw machine. It's the holiday special. It's the Claw Machine podcast. Where we're gonna hit on a bunch of things and nothing's actually gonna grab.
Yeah.
Just $5
We're gonna
later.
take your money and you're not getting anything.
You're not getting it back. We got this thing that happened just absolutely stunned me.
What's that?
It stunned me about 2 weeks ago now. It occurred to me, and I had to take it slow. When I heard this, I was stunned, and I had to take it slow when I started researching it because I wasn't sure if it was going to hit. But I had as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, Spirit was like, this is it, dude. Another Mandela.
Oh, okay.
This one's big though. I haven't seen this. I haven't read about this. I haven't done any of the, some of the bigger ones are all kind of in the common zeitgeist now amongst people that look into these type of things. You know, the Mirror, Mirror on the Wall, the Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia, what is it, Skippy or
Jif.
Jiffy peanut butter, but it's Jif. Who would name a product Jif anyway? Well, Jif. It's Jif. No, you're competing with Skippy, so you called it Jiffy. That makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that makes sense. You're Skippy, you're Jiffy. But no, it's Jif.
Berenstain
Yeah.
Bears.
Oh yeah, Berenstain Bears. So anyway, I heard this. I was listening to a podcast, and the host said, he goes, well, JFK assassination came up for some reason, and the host goes, well, I know a lot of our listeners are younger, and I don't know if you guys know this, but the JFK assassination was only broadcast on the radio. No one actually saw the assassination until about 10 years later. And I paused. I paused the podcast. I went, what? I rolled it back and I listened to it again. It's like, yeah, the JFK was only heard on the radio. Okay, so we're shifting timelines. That's where these Mandela effects come from. As you shift, the 3D has to rationalize and fall back into place, and different things change, whether it's your best friend, right? Whether it's actual people in your life or different versions, we've gone over that, or whether it's pieces of clothing change color or manufacturers change, or these different things happen like we talked about, but also the personal ones start happening. And so I'm going, this can't be true, because the timeline I come from, my understanding for the timeline I come from was that everyone saw the JFK assassination on the TV. When he was riding through Dealey Plaza, my understanding of the whole thing, and I've watched the JFK movie, I was into conspiracies when I was younger. I mean, these are one of the first things you learn as a little kid, like 12 and 13, JFK, UFOs, Bigfoot, and Loch Ness Monster. All right. Those are like the big four when you're growing up. And JFK, you look into it, you never believe the Lee Harvey Oswald thing. He was part of it. However, you have the Jack Ruby, et cetera, et cetera. So going through all that, I thought everyone watched it on TV. I thought everyone watched the actual assassination on TV as if it was the moon landing. Like everybody was tuned in for JFK to do this. I don't even know why he was in Dealey Plaza. Like, why was this a big caravan? Why was he in a convertible? What were they celebrating? Because it was in November.
It looks like a parade or something.
Yeah, for what? Just the president's here? Like
I don't know.
Like the president goes a lot of places, and sure, you have people in the streets waving and saying hi, and he drives by in a black limo. You never get to see him these days. But back then, he's in a convertible and waving to everybody like he's the Beatles or something. It's kind of weird. Look at it. Is there a reason?
He was very beloved.
Oh, he was. But when was he elected? Was this for his election? Did he just get elected? And this was kind of I'm not sure the exact reason. Anyway, I was under the understanding that it was such a big deal that it was all on TV. And so to hear this host say that it was heard only on the radio blew my mind. I thought, no, this ain't right. This has got to be a Mandela effect. This is a new Mandela effect. No one saw the JFK assassination. That's the Mandela effect. No one saw the JFK assassination, right? So I look it up, and it turns out that the reality we're in today, as you listen to this, the mainstream history says that JFK drive through Dealey Plaza was only broadcast live on the radio. Outside of that, after he was shot, schools closed, probably some businesses closed, not sure about that, but schools closed and kids were sent home.
Yeah.
When they got home, they turned on the TV, and the TV was covering what had happened that day. However, there was no live footage of the actual assassination. The actual footage of the assassination wasn't seen by the American people until 10 to 12 years later. I think I said 10 years later. I think the podcast host said 10 years later. But I think you looked it up earlier today. You said 12 years later. So between 10 and 12 years later. So this blew my mind. I thought this was a shared traumatic event by all Americans living at that time.
So this says he was just there to promote his political agenda and connect with local citizens.
Okay, when was he elected?
So that was in November of 1963.
Maybe he was elected 2 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
And so maybe the celebration was just, I won and this is my agenda. That would make sense.
He was January 1961.
Okay, so
He
this is
officially took office.
Okay, so this is 2 years into his presidential to him being president.
Yeah.
2 years
two
in,
and a half years.
and all of a sudden was this part of a larger tour he was doing? You know, why is he in Texas? He's a Democratic president. He's going to a conservative part of the.
Yeah, maybe.
So I thought this was a shared traumatic event. Everyone watching it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out no one saw it happen. Okay, period. Except for the people that were actually in Dealey Plaza. So no one saw it on television.
Mm-hmm.
They came home from school, Walter Cronkite covering. And the footage didn't come out 2 weeks later. It didn't come out 3 months later. It didn't come out 2 days later. It came out 2 years later. No. It came out 10 years. You said 12 earlier today, but I'm just going to 10 to 12 years later, the video came out, and that's when we all saw the famous footage.
Yeah.
So I'm going, my mind's blown. So I call my mom up. She's a big JFK and Marilyn Monroe type. Growing up, she had Marilyn Monroe pictures all through the house, and always talking about JFK and how handsome and what a sweet man he was, all these different things. So I started texting her. I said, hey, Mom, wanted to ask you about JFK. And, when did you see the actual assassination? And she said, well, we heard about it at school. I was sent home. And then later that night, I watched it on TV. And so then I informed her. I said, well, I believe you. That's what I thought happened.
Here it is. On March 6, 1975, Geraldo Rivera invited Robert Grodin and Dick Gregory on the ABC TV show Good Night America to present the first ever U.S. network television broadcast of the Zapruder film.
Okay, hold on, buddy.
It was
so
on
Geraldo
a local. Okay, hang on. Before that, was aired as part of a local Los Angeles area TV newscast on February 14th of 1969. But as far as national, on ABC TV and all major networks, it was 1975.
Okay, so he was shot in 1963, and the official footage nationwide was released by Geraldo Rivera, of all people. The one that did Al Capone's vault, the skinhead fight on television, broke his nose. Mm-hmm. The same Geraldo Rivera that uncovered the insane asylums and had people being mistreated. He also aired the first official video footage of JFK being shot.
First ever U.S. network television broadcast of the film.
1975.
Right.
Okay, so I'm texting Mom. She goes, no, I saw it later that night. At the very least, maybe the next day.
Yeah.
2 days later. It wasn't more than that. And I said, well, according to official history, you didn't see it until, 10 to 12 years later. And she said, that's impossible. She said on the text, she goes, she started getting mad. I go, I think I found a new Mandela effect. I'm going to put it on the show. And she goes, well, you better, in a text, this is the type of tone, you better fact check your stuff 3 or 4 times because you don't want to get yourself sued. I'm like, sued by stating mainstream history? that you didn't see the footage. However, so that was Mom. And then I asked my Uncle Jimmy. He came over.
Right.
And we're watching some basketball. And he said, and I asked him.
How old was Jimmy?
Jimmy was, so Mom was 11. Jimmy said he was 9.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, I came home from school. We watched some stuff on the TV.
Right.
And within 1 or 2 weeks max, I saw the footage of him getting shot. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
And I said, okay, thanks. He goes, well, why? I'm telling you, it wasn't fake. I go, I'm not saying it's fake. He goes, oh, good, because you know the internet. And I go, no, what I'm saying is history says that you didn't see anything until 10 years later.
Yeah.
He goes, what? I go, yeah. Mainstream history says now that it's 10. You didn't see anything. You didn't see JFK get shot.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, no, I definitely saw him get shot. I go, okay, yeah, so did I. But 10 years later was for you. I saw it in the 90s.
Yeah, right.
You know? And so he goes, oh, well, maybe. And he started questioning himself. He's like, well, I guess, gosh, that seems like a long time to not have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, but maybe. And I go, listen, Uncle Jim, there's no reason to back away from your lived experience just because the internet or the mainstream history says you didn't. You know, there's no reason. Just stand firm. You know what you saw. You know what you lived. And this is one of these events, this JFK thing, where everybody remembers where they were. For us, it's 9/11 or COVID. 9/11 for sure, right? You and me were in my bedroom. Mom comes in, wakes us up. We're hungover, 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And and you got to come out here. And we're like, no, I'm going to sleep. And you come out here. Like, we remember the time of day, what I was wearing. I mean,
Right.
my whole bedroom. There's nothing.
fans wrong.
Yeah. So this would be akin to, you know, I don't know, a Mandela effect around that, right? It
Sure.
didn't happen on 9/11. You know, something like that happened on
right.
November 9th.
Yeah.
It's just inverted. And we're like,
Yeah.
well, I'm sure it was 9/11. It's like, no, it's 11/9. It's always been 11/9.
Yeah.
You didn't see anything on television.
Sure.
You know, something like that.
It is like that.
Yeah, it is.
It's exactly like that.
So anyone I've ever talked to about JFK that was alive at that time goes, oh yeah, it's a day I'll never forget. And I remember right where I was.
My mom said she was in school. She was 6 and was sent home and was traumatized by seeing the video.
So you called your mom
Yeah.
and you said you didn't give anything away.
No, I just
I want to talk to you about JFK.
Yeah. And she was there at my aunt's house, which was great because my aunt, who's a year younger, was 5. So they put me on speakerphone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I had my aunt and uncle.
Yeah, started getting
Yeah.
serious. I want to talk about JFK with you guys. Put him
Yeah.
on speakerphone.
Do you guys remember that? Like, you know, she's like, yeah, I got sent home from school. My Aunt Kathy, who was at home at the time, was not in school yet. But she's like, yeah, I just remember everybody on the street was crying. And I remember sitting at the bus stop waiting for your mom to get home. And then they saw it later that night.
Wow.
And then I said, is Wayne there? Because he's a little bit older. I was like, let me ask him, you know.
Yeah, how old was, so your mom was how old?
6.
Okay, so that's a little shaky. And then your aunt was how old?
5.
Okay, so that's a little shaky. Although I do remember being 5 and 6 and remember, you know, major things like Disneyland, my birthday, things like that. But this is still probably a little shaky, right?
Yeah.
Because kids don't really, although
My mom did say
she was
yeah,
traumatized.
I was traumatized.
And she
for
saw
quite
the
some time.
actual assassination on
Yeah.
TV. Okay, so then you talked to a guy that was how old? 20, you said?
21.
Oh, 21. So this one is going to be
He
concrete.
was just got back from the military or something.
Oh,
He was in the Navy.
Okay, now
He
you
just got back out.
had him on the phone.
Yeah, and he was like, you know, I can't remember exactly where I was, but I definitely saw it.
Wow. And so then you dropped the bomb.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It says here that you guys didn't see anything for 10 years after. And I don't know.
What was his reaction? Just silence?
That's impossible. Yeah, it was silent. It was silent.
Like
But
this?
Yeah, just, I don't know, you know, I don't think, they don't remember
So
having to wait 10 years to see it.
10 years. That's what Uncle Jim said.
Right.
10 years. So you're talking to a guy who's 21, your uncle, and he says it's dead silent after you tell him that. Well, it says here that you didn't see it for 10 years, and he's just impossible. That's impossible.
Yeah. Well, all of them collectively.
Oh, really? Okay, you're on speakerphone again.
Yeah.
You're still on speakerphone. He comes in the room.
So.
And then they're just all silent. And you're like, okay, well, that's great. Okay, so now we have a guy who was 21, two ladies that were 6 and 5.
And I wish that I was around that time.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because it's like I wasn't even born yet.
No. But it was a big.
I don't have much to go on.
Well, for myself, I was really, like I said, I was into Loch Ness Monsters, Bigfoot, JFK, all that stuff. And so I remember, plus even in my 20s, I got more into conspiracies and things to that nature, like more mainstream ones like JFK or Gulf of Tonkin for the Vietnam War, okay? And I never, like I said, when I heard that it was only on the radio, no one saw it for 10 years later, I just couldn't believe. I had to look outside to make sure the world wasn't spinning. I never heard that. I thought it was all on TV, the whole thing. I thought the whole thing was on TV. And didn't someone say the whole? Yeah, your uncle said he watched it on TV.
Yeah,
he watched it on TV. So
he
the other two
it being on TV.
On TV. And you the 10 years.
Yeah.
Really. So no one saw JFK get shot on television. That is wild.
Right.
Okay. And when people did see it, it was the usual suspects giving you the video. The Geraldo Rivera. Why is it Geraldo Rivera? Okay. How often can this guy be involved in major things throughout history, giving, this footage and types of things? And it's always kind of divisive type things. Remember the neo-Nazis. Okay. I lived a long time, didn't see any neo-Nazis until I watched Geraldo. And there was a fight on it was Jerry Springer, Geraldo. There was a ton of them.
I remember Geraldo and Phil Donahue.
Yeah,
maybe?
Donahue was another big one.
Yeah.
These shows were everywhere.
Right.
And Geraldo always had something big going on. And so he's the guy that premiered the JFK assassination. And the other thing is there's only one video. There's only one camcorder. There's a Zapruder. So this guy is the only one in that. There was no TV stations there recording at the time. See, that's what's odd about this whole thing.
Right.
He was the only guy with a camcorder. I know it was the 60s and that type of technology wasn't prevalent.
No, it's like a Super 8 camera.
Yeah. But there's no audio. But he had
right.
one. So there wasn't more. How come it's only, that's the thing with these fear.
How come a major network, just a local television network in
didn't
Texas,
have a camera running?
Didn't have something.
They had radios running.
Sure.
They had a bunch of people going. The president's coming in. He's a beloved president. And there's no other video footage of this thing ever happening. See, that's it's another, I'm sorry, everybody. That's wild, right?
Yeah. Then I had to ask my folks, like, you guys know about the Mandela Effect, right? My mom does. She's listened to a couple of our episodes about it. And so I'm like, I asked my aunt about the Berenstain Bears.
I asked Uncle Jimmy too. What'd she say? You asked her to spell it.
Yeah, she spelled it with the I and the E.
Okay, E-I-N.
E-I-N. Yeah, and I said, no, it's Stain. Berenstain Bear. S-T-A-I-N. She's like, no, it's Berenstain. It's like a Jewish name. She's like, I remember it. I'm like, no. It's like wood stain.
Yeah.
And
now it's
not,
stained. It doesn't look right at all.
I said it's like wood finish. A stain. It's a Finnish name.
It's a Finnish name.
She started cracking up. She's like, no, I've read that book hundreds of times to my kids and the kids that I taught. And
she's a teacher. That's big about her.
Because she's kind of blown away about that one too.
Yeah, so was Uncle Jimmy.
What Jimmy said.
He had 4 kids, so he's obviously reading Berenstain.
Of course.
And it's back then it was one of the most popular
like Curious
books.
George.
I still read them to my kids,
yeah.
but back then it was even like they were top of the food chain. There was Dr. Seuss.
Right.
Because it was like comic book style, lots of pictures. It was like comic book style. So he said, "Oh yeah," and I asked him to spell it. He spelled it S-T-E-I-N. So I just love it because it's more proof. It's the kingdom exit 25 miles to go.
Right.
And we're well on our way.
Yeah.
Maybe in a few more shifts, he won't even have died, and it's just, hey, JFK was a great president. Because right now, no one saw it.
Yeah.
And there's only one video footage, and it was given to, and they always have a story. Oh yeah, it was this guy named Zapruder, and he gave it to the CIA who didn't want to release it. Now we're gonna just give it to Geraldo Rivera. We're just gonna give it to Cyndi Lauper, and she's gonna go ahead and. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about also, that's a big Mandela effect.
That's huge.
I think if we were
bigger than the Ninja Ride.
If we ever get on.
That's a local thing, the Ninja Ride, right? Did we
Magic
go over
Mountain?
that?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We did that.
Okay, so that's a local thing.
That's a big one.
A local roller coaster. But this is national. This is massive.
I want the listeners to go ask their elders and don't give it away. Just ask them what their experience was. Did they actually see it? And
I'm going to go after this episode to the local leisure world and just start asking people there.
We should this should be our YouTube is these little short form videos, not the actual full show, but we go out and start doing stuff like that. That'd be fun.
That would be.
Okay. Okay. So a couple episodes ago, something came up with Zoltar, the fortune telling video game. Well,
that's the alien that contacted us in the 70s.
No, that's Vrillin.
Oh, right. I always thought it was Zoltar. Okay, so that's why we brought it up.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you're like, didn't Zoltar? I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? You're talking about the it was the gypsy. What is that? Fortune teller. It's a fortune teller stand up.
Yeah, it's a claw machine, but it's fortune teller.
Yeah, it's a claw machine, but it's fortune teller. So it was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I think.
I think it's big.
Okay, so I got the Pee-wee's Big Adventure thing wrong.
They switch.
Either way, we had mentioned it. And so I mentioned Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Then you mentioned Big. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it was definitely in that. I think it was also in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Will you look that up? Was Zoltar in Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Just ask ask the AI. Was Zoltar the game, the pinball game, the claw game style? Was that in the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Because whenever you... Okay, you know how you're on Instagram or one of these social media apps and you... Or people say, my phone listens to me, but over the years we've kind of liked it, right? If I say Nike sneakers and they're red, 2 days goes by and I'll start getting emails for red Nike sneakers.
Yeah.
Or even you mentioned something like you're going to go to Hawaii soon, and then you'll go on your Instagram and all of a sudden it'll be Hawaii deals, which, whatever, that's fine. I don't care. It's actually led to a lot of great deals I've gotten. I've gotten my kids' bikes for cheap. I've gotten some plane tickets for cheap because the phone listens, right? For stuff like that.
You get them from Temu.
Yeah, I just don't care. Temu Tim. That's the version I got. You were half asleep.
You got me that one.
Anyway.
You got me off Temu.
So whenever you call these things out, so the algorithms listen, your phone listens, you'll get those ads, but also the universe listens. This Matrix, right? This Truman Show, it listens. All right. So I had mentioned. Did you find out was Zoltar in Pee-wee?
It's definitely not. It's
okay.
Not in Pee-wee's,
but it's in Big.
It's a character from the movie Big.
Okay. Yeah, and I saw it on vacation with the kids last year in Utah too. There was a Zoltar, and we got fortunes from it. And they were pretty spot on, pretty 5D. They were like purple pill. I'm like, hey, you know what Zoltar?
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, so when you start calling these, when you start living in 5D, when you start living by the rules of the kingdom, and I remember telling you this, we did an episode on it, season 1, where I said, I was getting the downloads, and I told you, because we're going to change our beliefs, the world is going to change, right? And then immediately we started seeing T-Mobile commercials for Zen and self-realization and 5D. It was a whole trend. I mean, it still is a trend.
The Super Bowl, there was Jesus commercials and all this. Yeah,
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mentioned Zoltar and Pee Wee Herman on just passing an episode.
Right.
So the other day, I'm driving, I'm driving out in Riverside. I'm coming back, and I'm on the 215, trying to get down to the 91, okay? Far away. I'm an hour and a half away from where I live.
Right.
And I'm on a freeway, and it's like 3:30 or 4, some rush hour traffic. And I'm going to change lanes over to the right lane. And I look over my shoulder to see if there's a car there so I can get over to the right lane. And I look over and there's a car there. And there's a window. And it's Pee-wee's face staring right at me. Someone
Really?
has a random sticker of Pee Wee Herman. There's no other stickers on this car. There's just one sticker on the side of the car, not on the back.
Yeah.
Because I can't see the back.
Right.
Okay, I'm not going to see the back.
Yeah.
I can only see the side
Yeah.
because I'm going to get in the right-hand lane. Okay, there's 40,000 cars on the road, Tim. And I'm going to make a right. And I look to my right, and there's Pee Wee just looking at me. And I haven't seen Pee Wee in a long time, buddy. I just simply mentioned him on the episode because I thought Zoltar, Pee Wee,
Yeah.
Big Adventure. 2 days later, Pee Wee's looking right at me. And there's no reason.
Driving next to you.
There's not a Pee Wee documentary coming out. There's not a new Pee Wee Herman. The guy's dead, I think. I think he's dead.
Really?
Why does this car have
Paul
a...
Rubens? He's definitely not.
Stop. Why does someone have a Pee Wee Herman sticker on their car? And why is that person right next to me
I don't know.
at 3:45? So if I get on the freeway at 3:30, I don't see the Pee Wee Herman sticker. If I get in the right lane 10 minutes before, I don't see the Pee Wee Herman sticker. Like, what are the odds? Like, why is that happening? Why is Pee Wee Herman all of a sudden just stick? Because it's synchronicity. It's a wink from the universe that, see, what you speak becomes reality. What you believe becomes reality. Now, I've talked about this before where you're trying to manifest big things. And those take time, right? Because you have buffering. You have buffering. The universe, God, has to verify if you really believe this. Or if you're just, fake it till you make it, which also works, right? In little steps. However, you want the big things to happen, it's going to take some time. You have that buffering. But for little things, right? Like I just mentioned Pee Wee Herman. And to be fair, when I was a kid, I loved Pee Wee Herman. I had the doll.
Oh, he was the best.
Dude, I watched
loved
Pee Wee's
Pee-wee's
Playhouse. I mean, it was phenomenal. Before Ren and Stimpy, it was psychedelic. I mean, it was a psychedelic show. And Pee Wee's Big Adventure. The second one wasn't as good, but either way, everyone loved Pee Wee. So,
Oh, he is actually dead, Paul Rubens.
so these I told
He
you.
died a couple of years ago.
Is that a Mandela?
2003. Well,
You're
it's
like
just,
he
I
most
never
well.
heard
I
of
mean,
it.
you just said most definitely is not dead.
No, because I remember him being in movies
Now
after
you-
that.
Now you're
Like,
gonna go ahead
he's-
and rationalize it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, dude, he was in that superhero movie.
He's dead. Okay. I mean, that's it.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. No. I mean, now because we said it. But either way,
Of
he's.
leukemia.
Oh, really? God bless him. Meanwhile, his face is staring right at me. All because I mentioned it.
Right.
So then I'm waiting. I mean, I'm going to go to a gas station. Zoltar's going to be staring right at me.
I'm going to get you a Pee Wee Herman sticker for your car.
So I just need the listeners to look out for things like that. It's not just with
Right.
the phone. It's anything you're thinking about, speaking about, believing about, even the most mundane things like Pee Wee Herman will just all of a sudden appear. And you
you
need
can
to
just
know.
manifest it.
Yeah, you just need to notice those things because every time you notice them and you wink back at it, then
Acknowledge that it's real.
Yes.
The belief is real.
Yes.
The power of the belief is real.
That's the synchronicity. That's the key. And it's going to send you the little ones like Pee Wee. Are you going to make that connection? I immediately thought back to our episode. I immediately acknowledged that I had said it, and that's the reason I'm seeing it. And that's also
Right.
another good thing from my childhood. It's not like
it's
not like an
amazing.
evil version of Pee Wee. You know,
No.
it's not like a Darth Vader version like Star Wars and Pee Wee. You know, they have those mashup stickers. People always do that type of stuff. They'll take a band's name and put it on the Tide box, Tide with bleach box,
What are you even
They'll do
saying?
they'll do mashups. Bands will do mashups. They'll use they'll use like Captain Crunch, but
Queens
they'll put
of the Stone Age?
yeah
Something like that?
yeah and they'll put it in the font of Coca-Cola
Yeah.
or something like that.
Frosted
Right.
Foo Fighters.
So yeah, right. So at least I saw a Pee Wee Herman that was the one I loved from
of
childhood.
course.
Right. So that it's a synchronicity. It's those little residue, that's like walking the yellow brick road or Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah.
You got to acknowledge those moments so the bigger moments can keep happening.
Oh,
You don't
for
just
sure.
call it coincidence.
Yeah.
Because that stops the whole process and you got to
Yes.
restart.
Oh, yeah. By
don't wanna-
acknowledging it, you're
Yes.
fueling it.
Right. For the bigger things.
You have to do it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, what are the chances? If you break it down to mathematics, if I leave my account 4 minutes earlier or 4 minutes later, I don't see that when I'm making a right into the right lane.
Right.
Why do I see that? There's no other stickers, no reason. There's no new movie. It's because it's the signpost. It's another wink.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're on the right road.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like, how many times do we see that white owl fly by us when we're outside at night? I mean, you've been here a few times. How many times have you seen it?
This year?
Yeah.
At least 3.
3. Okay. And I see it this year. I've seen it probably 9.
Okay.
It doesn't happen every night.
Right.
But when it does, it's pretty big. I mean, it's a white owl flying right by my peripheral, right? And this goes back to your experience is the one you need to go off of, not Tom, Dick, and Harry's experience, not Janet's experience, not Karen's experience.
Because it's all going to be different.
Yeah, it's because
they're all going to be different.
Right. Well, because you can't verify anyone else's experience.
Oh, right.
That's why. Because you are you. Everyone is you. Everything is you. He is in me and I am in you.
Yeah.
So if God is within you, how much of you is God? It's right back to that. And we all know the answer.
Right.
All right. One bite. Everybody knows the rules. You ever watch that? The guy, the pizza review guy on YouTube?
No.
Yeah, you got to look it up. One bite pizza reviews. Dude, you can't stop watching them. They're so good.
All right.
I want to get into. Did I just say
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
It's fine.
Anyway, wait. Yeah. Okay, I was going through the Gospel of Thomas. These are the the Gospels that the Catholic Church, the Roman Church, didn't include. We've gone over them a bit in the past. So in the Gospel of Thomas, saying 113, in these Gospels, they don't say verse this, verse that. It's saying 113. It says, the kingdom is spread out upon the earth, and people do not see it. The kingdom is spread out upon the earth, and people do not see it. And I remember an episode or season 2, season 3, we touched on this where as we shift the timelines, the Mandela effects are going to be massive. But beyond Mandela effects, you're going to see changes, right? Like buildings that are in your town that are so old and they have ornate carvings all over them. They have angels blowing horns all over them.
Right.
They're these.
Some of the statues are missing arms and heads. That thing.
These buildings, every
marble columns.
Every city has these buildings.
Yeah. That
there's no possible way they were built in the time period they say they were built. Whether it's 1910, 1905, 1920, even they say like 1870s, 1880s, a lot of these buildings. And there's no way. The population was too small. There wasn't a lot of education as far as handiwork to who could even build, what kind of architects and what kind of training did they have back in these days that could even build these things. And you'd need the donkey, right? You brought up this thing. We were talking privately. Yeah. The mainstream history says these things have to be built in a certain way. And then when you start looking it up, a key point, forget education and population for a minute. One of the key points that you brought up to me in a private conversation was that we've touched on this guy before, My Lunch Break on YouTube. He's doing a great job on all these things. However,
hilarious.
Yeah. You mentioned to me that he brings up this point of you would need horses. You would need donkeys and horses.
There was no motorized vehicles.
Or very few.
There wasn't even electricity.
Yeah. Or very few. It wasn't widespread.
Right.
That's for sure. And so you would need a certain amount of horses, a certain amount of donkeys to bring the materials into the site to build it. And not only that, you need on dirt roads with, rain. A lot of these buildings are made where, we're in California, we don't get snow, but everywhere else gets snow and rain. It'd be muddy. So you'd have to stop construction. How could they build these things in a year? And so one of the key points you made was, the podcast guy says, where'd they get all the water? Forget food. Just where did they get the water to have the horses drink and enough water for all the men to work? The amount of water, what was it? You don't have to be exact on it, the number.
Golly, it was gallons.
I mean, it was
15, 30. I don't know. It was
30,
a lot.
It was like 30 gallons a day.
Gallons a horse requires
for just one day.
For just one horse.
For just one horse. Yeah,
Right?
you want to look that up? Yeah,
Yeah.
it was wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have these buildings in every major town and every major city, and the one that keeps popping up in my mind, because the wife and I go on date nights, we go to shows in LA a lot, and we've been to a few shows at the Troubadour, and right across the street from the Troubadour is the beginning of Beverly Hills, and as you're going down Santa Monica Boulevard through West Los Angeles, and you pass by the Troubadour on the right-hand side, you pass the sign, "Welcome to Beverly Hills." Well, another quarter mile is the Beverly Hills City Hall.
Okay.
And have you ever seen this thing? Pull this thing up.
No.
Okay, open up a new tab. Beverly Hills City Hall. Tap or click images and just look at this thing. It's wild. It's one of the most beautiful buildings I've ever seen.
Really?
They have it lit up just amazing. Not to mention the state capitol in Utah that we went to as a family vacation last year.
Mm-hmm.
There's just marble wall to wall, huge ornate ceilings, paintings everywhere, like something you'd see in Europe.
Wow.
And there's just no way they could get all this marble. And why would they? Okay, like you want to build a city hall. Okay, fine. You have limited people, limited resources, limited money because it's a new town, it's a new place. Build a city hall, but it doesn't have to look like the Roman Colosseum. You know, it doesn't have to look like the Louvre. I mean, these places look incredible. And so when I read this, the kingdom is spread out upon the earth and people do not see it. Said by the master himself, according to the Gospel of Thomas. It can mean, every verse has a exoteric and an esoteric interpretation. So the exoteric would be that would be this. The exoteric version of this would be the actual buildings of the kingdom are here. The people do not see it. The people do not see it because we've been told that these were built in 1870 by this architect. However, no other buildings even come close, and we can't build, or we won't build stuff like that today. And why won't we?
Right.
They're clearly more beautiful. They're more amazing to look at. They're so beautiful that I want a tour. Can I tour the Beverly Hills City Hall?
Sure.
I want a tour.
Yeah, why not?
I'll pay for the tour. And so why wouldn't you make more buildings?
You can pay me and I'll take you there.
Why wouldn't you build more buildings like this, even if they had normal, like the DMV? Build a DMV like this. And not only can you get all our licenses, but people will pay more money to take a tour of how amazing it is. There's a double because the pushback from the system would be it's too expensive to build things like this nowadays. It's too ornate. It's not functional. However, my pushback is it's pretty functional considering it lasted 200 years and it's still standing. That's pretty functional to me, dude. And it didn't need a lot of upgrades. So you could make the case that it can do the function of the DMV and people will want to look at it for a long time. People will want to tour it, multiple function, more revenue, more reasons to go. People would want to go to the DMV. The reason you don't want to go to the DMV isn't just because you have to wait there for friggin' 5 hours. It's because the lights suck. The ceiling's really low. Everyone seems, the whole vibration sucks.
The asbestos ceiling tiles. It's the whole thing.
It's the whole thing.
So what are you asking? Why don't they build it like that today?
Yeah.
Because we don't have those magical chisels anymore.
Yeah. No one even attempts to build buildings like this anymore.
No.
And so the exoteric idea of what the master is saying is the kingdom is spread out upon the earth and people do not see it. Check it out. Look up in your local city, these buildings, and go check them out. This is the kingdom for you to see it right here. Like, Cody, we're shifting timelines, and when are we going to start seeing some stuff? I want to see some buildings. I want to see what the kingdom looks like. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
Go check out your local university that was established in the 1800s. Just go check that out.
Yeah.
Because that'll blow your mind too. And now you're going to see it from this lens. Forget the lens of this is the architect that built it and it took 2 years. That's all. It doesn't make sense, first off.
Right.
Okay, where'd they get the donkeys? Where'd they get the horses? Where'd they get the skilled workers? Because when you see these...
In a time, in a land, in a time where there's no electricity.
Very
no
little.
motorized vehicle.
Very few.
The horses do drink 10 to 15 gallons a day.
A day.
Each one.
Each one. And you need 30 some odd horses for the smaller type projects. For the larger ones, even more. It just doesn't, the math doesn't math.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the kingdom.
Right.
These are the buildings. I went and took the wife up to Berkeley a couple years back, and we went over all of Berkeley University, and it was just old world building after old world building.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. You got to go check it out. And
San Diego's got some down by like that Balboa Park.
oh, that thing is just amazing. That Balboa Park.
You know, and
downtown.
a lot of them are churches that are...
Yeah, they've been turned into churches just.
Yeah.
Or government buildings. The stock exchange in New York.
Checking them out sooner rather than later because a lot of them are catching fire.
That's the other thing this guy points out on that lunch break. It's
the fire ghost.
Fire the fire ghost. He
It's
only
so
attacks
good.
the old world buildings,
Yeah.
the buildings of the kingdom. My
Yeah.
father has many mansions. These all look like mansions.
They
All look like castles. I wonder what the original, the verse in the Bible says, my father has many mansions, but I wonder if you look up that word mansions,
mm-hmm.
if there's another interpretation where it's like my father has many castles.
Yeah. Homes made of marble.
Yeah, homes made of marble. So that was a good one.
Yeah.
Go check those out. And then we got, so locally, okay, so Memorial Day weekend's coming up. I do my normal thing, getting the kids. Wife and I are trying to figure out how we're going to keep them busy, right? If you don't keep them busy, they start tearing up your house, driving you nuts. Right. So you got to be constantly.
Send them over to the neighbor's house.
I mean, you try, but then they just come back. They couldn't play. What are we going to do now? What's next? I took him to the fair. I took him to see the Star Wars movie, which is excellent, by the way, 10 out of 10. So I'm constantly keeping him busy, and I'm just thinking, dude, my parents never did any of this.
No.
They didn't have to worry about us being busy. They weren't worried about us at all. I made my own lunch. They told me to get lost, come back when it's dark. Maybe we'll be here. By the way, we're leaving.
Drinking water from the hose.
Yeah, drinking water from the hose.
I love it.
Making a bologna sandwich or heating up grated cheese on the chips, and you throw it in the microwave.
Yeah.
And then you come out and the chips are stale now.
Yeah.
And the cheese is like concrete.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
The worst nachos ever.
ever of all time. Oh boy. Where was I going? Okay, it's the holiday special. Right. Oh yeah. So we're getting this whole thing. We're getting this whole thing ready for the kids, and my friend Jen texts me. Oh, there's a big meltdown in Garden Grove. Some kind of chemical plant is melting down.
Yeah, my buddy said the same thing.
Yada yada.
On Friday night. I thought he was messing with me.
Yeah.
I really did, because he's kind of a jokester. And I was like, you're messing with me, right? There's no chemical factory in Garden Grove. If there's anyone close, it's got to be in L.A. and
or
like
Santa Fe or Santa Fe Springs.
Yeah, Whittier, who knows. But
industrial areas of neighborhoods.
Yeah, and I
would
turned
think
on the TV, and sure
there
enough, there was only two options. It was either you're going to die or you're going to be
blown up.
Yeah, it was either going to blow up or spill everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me do that. Yeah, and so I'm going, oh great, here we go.
I was hoping I was close enough to get some of the radiation for superpowers.
Superpowers.
Yeah.
Well, I immediately just went, I don't consent.
I
just don't consent.
Right.
I don't consent. And so then I come home. Randy gets some kind of text.
40,000 evacuated.
Yeah, 40,000.
State of emergency.
My wife's on the phone going, hey. Yeah, it's only 2 streets away, the blast zone, and everybody has to, the evacuation zone is like, it comes right up almost to Westminster Boulevard.
Yeah, it's real close to you.
So I immediately just rolled my eyes to the 3D and I just said out loud, I do not consent. I do not believe. It does not apply. Boom. Boom. Powerful. I do not consent. I do not believe. It does not apply. So I just keep saying, I said it out loud 2 or 3 times, and then I just kept remembering it. And earlier, I think 2 days before that, my buddy Aaron was on the phone with me, and we're talking about, I got the electric car. I'm real happy about it because gas is $7.
Yeah.
And so I'm real happy I have an electric car now. And he goes, yeah, well, I was thinking about it, but I don't want to be that lithium battery is sitting underneath you, emanating some kind of thing now.
Radiation.
And so, yeah, supposedly.
Gamma.
I never heard of this. I never heard that the actual battery does this now.
Yeah.
Before it's the Bluetooth. It's always something, dude. The 3D's throwing. The closer you get to Ascension, the more vigorous the 3D's going to get to see if you'll buy into the fear. When you don't, you get to go on. Yeah. If you do, you're going to stall. Okay.
Right.
And it's going to get big. So forget
go back to jail.
Yeah. The Iran
Do
war.
not pass go.
Right.
Do not collect $100.
The Iran war didn't shake him.
Mm-hmm.
So let's make something right down the street. And it's a chemical explosion. Or it's about to be.
It's a meltdown. Right. It's a total meltdown.
Okay. So my buddy Aaron. So before that, though, my buddy Aaron, so 2 or 3 days before, he goes, yeah, well, you like that? So Aaron, and he goes, and even your best friend at times can become Agent Smith for a second, okay? No judgment.
Timu Tim.
We had the Timu Tim. So Aaron comes on and he goes, yeah, well, if it wasn't for that lithium battery. And I go, what are you talking about? Now the lithium batteries emanate. I thought it was the actual satellite. Okay, before that, it was the 5G satellites are what's going to fry your head.
Yes.
Okay, then that didn't work. Cody didn't flinch. So then it's his Bluetooth headphones that he spent too much money on. That's going to fry. I don't give a shit about that, right? I don't consent, don't believe, does not apply. So that didn't work. So now I'm talking on the phone with Aaron. He goes, oh, well, that lithium battery you're sitting on. And I go, you know what, Aaron? I do not consent. I do not believe. It does not apply. And he's just silent. He goes silent. So I burst through that mini boss.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 days goes by and it's Garden Grove. And it's the thing's going to blow.
Oh, you got the
And
boss
so,
at
you're
the end of
right.
the level.
Yeah. And now my wife's involved. The kids are like, is this real, Dad? I'm going, you know what? I do not consent. I do not believe. It does not apply. And sure enough, the evacuation order stops right on my street almost, like right before.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, I'm going to get to the rationalization before the 3D can, just to give myself more power. All right? And by me telling you this, I'm telling you how to take action. So as soon as
to move the mountain.
Yeah, to move the mountain. So as soon as this comes up, I say what I said, right? Do not consent, do not believe, does not apply.
Right.
And then I have my own experience to draw from. So my dad used to manufacture oil and sell it to the big trucking companies around Southern California. And he used to keep what they call additive in these big tanks at the plant where he works, manufacturing, okay? Additive. These things are toxic. If they, go in your mouth, or on your skin, you don't wash your hands or something, it could be toxic. And so he had it in, and I saw a picture on the TV of the Garden Grove thing that's heating up that could be toxic plumes and all this. And it looked just like this tank that my dad would keep the additive in. Anyway, one of these stories he told me one time is he went to Australia on a vacation, and while he was there, someone forgot to turn off the heater for the containment system, and it overheated. And what happened? Was there a toxic plume? No. All of his product evaporated.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it evaporated, Tim. You understand? It evaporated. So it evaporated means it disappeared. It went away. It didn't turn into a toxic plume. It didn't leak all over. So this thing overheated, and it didn't blow up, and it didn't leak out all over the floor. It evaporated. So I thought to myself, well, how come this chemical in Garden Grove doesn't have this same, doesn't all liquid have an evaporation rate? So my question is, what's the evaporation rate for, how come this thing just isn't evaporating? Because evaporating would just take care of the whole thing, just like it did with my father's additive, which he lost thousands of dollars because it evaporated. Why are they giving me only two options? I watched the cop get up there and say, well, it's going to either explode and hurt houses around here, or it's going to leak 7,000 gallons, leak all over the ground. And I thought, how come it doesn't have an evaporation rate?
The boiling liquid expanding vapor explosion, or BLEVE. That's the term that came up for it. But anyway, it's under control now, or whatever.
Oh, it's under control?
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is. So in my mind, I go, well,
The threat of the massive chemical explosion has been eliminated. I mean, this is pretty.
because I did not believe
This morning.
this morning. I did not get emotional about it.
Right.
And I said out loud, I do not consent. I do not believe. I do not apply. That was 2 days ago. And what did you read?
This was.
It's under control.
Of 10:15.
It's under control.
This morning. Yes.
Yep. Because
It's been eliminated.
Right.
The threat
has been eliminated. I'm going to go ahead and take personal responsibility
W.
for the threat.
That's a W.
Because
you
I
killed
went
the
through-
boss level. Yeah.
I just did not give it my energy.
You get to go to
And
the
so
next level.
so it disappears. If I give it my energy and I go, I think we should evacuate before it gets, and I keep my kids at the, evacuation center all weekend,
Right.
oh, then that thing blows. Or it leaks everywhere and we can't come home for 3 weeks. If you give it power, it will grow.
Right.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
If you, whatever you give power will grow. And so I did not believe, I did not consent. I did not believe, it did not apply. And I rationalized in my own mind, how come it just won't evaporate? Well, that was too much for the 3D, right? I had already not given it my belief, and I was rationalizing it in my favor because I had a personal experience of a similar toxic chemical, but it didn't explode or leak everywhere from overheating. It evaporated. My question, why didn't it evaporate? Oh, you know what, Code? Now it's all taken care of. Just forget about it. Don't even look up why it didn't evaporate, why that wasn't an option. Let's just go back to sleep.
Who cares?
Yeah, let's just go back to sleep.
Right.
And you know what, 3D? I'll go ahead and give it to you. But because I was backing up my belief and because I was withholding my consent, the 3D had to rationalize in my favor.
A crack that appeared on the chemical tank gave hope
Oh,
that internal pressure would eventually release
the crack.
and avert the threat of explosion.
The crack appeared.
Yeah.
The orb appeared.
Oh, God, don't even get me started. Don't get me started on the UFOs.
And the orb
I can't
appeared.
do that.
Yeah, we're not doing another
today.
one?
I can't do that today.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful Memorial Day. And we had a lot of fun. This is the fun jambalaya.
This was,
Did we do was it jambalaya? Holiday special.
Yeah. Holiday gumbo special.
No, holiday special grab bag podcast.
Oh, yeah. The claw machine.
The claw machine.
The holiday claw machine.
Holiday claw machine with the arms that you can't wrap anything around. You always lose.
You never win anything.
Why do you want to keep playing?
You don't get anything.
Every time I see the claw machine, I want it. Same with my kids.
I actually want a claw machine. That's how much I love playing it.
We just go ahead. If you want dinner, kids, here's the claw machine. If you can get your dinner out of the machine, I'll heat it up for you. Other than that, it's on you.
Other than that, you're going on this diet.
Mom and I
diet.
Mom and I are going back to bed.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we love you.
Yeah, we do.
Have fun.
Later.
Bye-bye.